because a lot of times we just lump it all together, right?
Yep.
But if we can identify what those feelings are, then we can start working through those feelings. Okay. Number 5, identify your triggers. What is triggering you right now?
Yeah.
It may not be anything that they're actually doing. It may be just a trigger that you are dealing with from past experiences.
Yeah.
They're innocent, but yet we're going to vomit all over them.
That's a great point.
You know?
Let that sink in. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 6, communicate your experience. I think a lot of times when we're feeling these things and when we're escalating, we might share that. Hey, what you're saying right now, it creates this feeling of anger in me because of these things. So that way it's out on the table, you know? And when you say it out on the table, instead of having to react that way, you can say, I'm feeling this way. Because there's nothing like validating somebody's feelings. They're still feeling that way, but it doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
Right. So, the last one is not only just take a breath, sometimes we need to take a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
Just walk away from it.
Yeah.
You know, there's been so many times where I've watched my son. He is such a justice guy, and he gets totally emotional when having a conversation. Whenever you try to tell him something that he may have done wrong, he will get emotional, flare up, and then there's just no talking to him. And it'll take him about 15 minutes to finally come down and come back and apologize. And you know it's going to happen. He's going to come back. He's going to apologize. He's going to say, man, I didn't mean to say those incredibly mean things that I said to you. But let me work through this, you know. So there's some great application steps for us to take to reduce the amount of times that we're actually emotionally reactive, and instead work towards responding strategically, right?
If I can add just a quick little last one to that, just real quick, is the kind of what we mentioned is feeding the right wolf.
Yeah.
Because if you're not not setting yourself up for success, if you're not putting yourself into situations where you can be successful, then you're not going to learn how to do those things properly.
Yeah, that's a great point. And managing your thought life, I think, is critical. Managing your thought life. So when a thought comes in externally or internally, to be able to recognize if that's a good thought, or you're going to have a good outcome or a bad outcome, and capture that thing, rebuke it, and replace it with something positive.